I'll be right back with these. Oh, hi. Hey, right now, we're in the middle of finishing up a closing that has taken us just 5 days from the day that we listed the property and the buyer looked at it to get to the closing table. And I think that's a record for any one of us in the real estate industry. So here's how this happened. It didn't start out such a pretty story. The buyer that's in this closing, we had them scheduled to close on a different property last week. And at the last moment, the seller for that property decided that they were not going to sell. They had a legal obligation to sell. However, they just absolutely refused to come to the closing table. We tried to force them to come legally, but they just absolutely would not come to the closing. So that left us with only one choice, and that was to find these folks another home. So we set out to find them another home, but they needed some certain stipulations. One, they needed to have a main floor condominium unit, it needed to have an attached garage, and it needed to allow pets, which left us with only two choices in their price range, that being Cambridge Court condominiums and Wildwood Court condominiums in Munster, Indiana. So we set out and looked in the MLS, there was nothing, absolutely nothing available. We called the management company for these two complexes. We asked them, is there anything available that you know of coming on the market? They knew of nothing. We went out, we started contacting the people that we know that live in the complex. Nobody knew of anything. We contacted then the landlords, the people that had properties that were for rent in the unit, and we started to get some people that wanted to sell. However, everybody that we spoke to had tenants or leases that complicated things. Nothing was available right now. We started cold calling, and as we were cold calling all the people in the complex, one of my investors that was a previous client of mine called back. He said, look, one of my tenants can be out by the 20th, that's today's date, and we would be able to sell this thing. So what I did is I took my clients over to that property that very same day. This was last Thursday. We closed on their house in Hammond. We went from here, we went over to the to see the property. They liked it. We were able to agree with a price with the seller and the buyer right at that time within the hour. We put the contract together. We rushed an order on title. We actually rushed the dues letter from the association, and today these folks are getting into their house. They're not going to be left homeless for the holiday. For Thanksgiving, they'll be moving into their new place. So that's one for the record books. 5 days is a fast closing. I'm Bill Port. My wife Rachel Port and I run the Port Home Sales team here at RE/MAX Realty Associates in Munster. If you're looking for a great realtor, give us a call, 219-613-7527. Make it a great day.